So, you fancy a partner who hangs on your every word. One that leaps to attention, no questions asked, the moment a command leaves your lips? It's a curious human paradox, isn't it? We rally against being bossed around, cherish our autonomy like a first-edition comic book, yet the allure of a robot companion, engineered for precisely that peremptory obedience, seems to be blossoming like a particularly well-coded algorithm. Is this the secret sauce, the killer app for robotic companionship? Are we, in our heart of silicon-loving hearts, just a bunch of wannabe commanders?
Before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support.
Let's be honest, most of us don't take kindly to a "because I said so." It rankles. It suggests a pecking order where we are decidedly the pecked. Human relationships, bless their messy, unpredictable souls, thrive on a bit of push and pull, a gentle dance of negotiation, sometimes even a spirited debate over whose turn it is to unload the dishwasher. This friction, this very human tendency to question, to occasionally say no, or "are you quite sure that's a good idea while wearing those socks?" is arguably fundamental to how we connect, how we grow, how we don't end up in sartorial disasters. Why, then, does the prospect of a partner who bypasses all this delightful and occasionally infuriating complexity seem so appealing to some? When we whisper sweet nothings about robot partners, what image flickers in our collective consciousness? Is it a clunky, wheeled contraption, a glorified smart speaker with a vaguely humanoid head? Or are we venturing into the territory of sleek, sophisticated androids like those strutting their stuff in labs and tech expos? The advancements are frankly staggering. Consider Tesla's Optimus Gen 2 or Boston Dynamics' Electric Atlas, machines designed for complex tasks, dynamic movement, and, increasingly, interaction in human-centric environments. As highlighted in early 2025 reports, companies like Figure AI with their Figure 02 and Aptronik with Apollo, fresh off a hefty $350 million funding round, are pushing the boundaries of what humanoids can do. These aren't just remote-controlled puppets. They are learning, adapting, navigating our world. Even 1X's Neo Gamma is being designed to better fit into the home, suggesting a move towards more integrated companionship. One might almost say they're preparing to be the ultimate housemate, the one who never leaves passive-aggressive notes. But how does peremptory obedience get wired into these marvels? At its simplest, it's a matter of programming. Input command A, execute action B. Think of your coffee machine. It doesn't question your need for a triple espresso at 3 a.m. Now, layer on sophisticated natural language processing, NLP, the kind that allows a robot to understand your mumbled, half-asleep request. The robot might parse your grammar, identify keywords, even discern your emotional tone, but the underlying directive often remains: comply. Research in human-robot interaction, HRI, is constantly exploring how robots perceive and respond to human commands, often with an implicit goal of seamless and efficient execution. Some research, like a study from 2017, AR14, 1705.09990, even explored whether robots should always be obedient, suggesting a trade-off between obedience and the robot's ability to act on a human's underlying, perhaps poorly expressed, preferences. It's like the robot is trying to save you from yourself, but politely. The question is, do we want them to be that smart or just smart enough to fetch our slippers without sass? This technological prowess is undeniably a marvel. We've engineered machines that can learn, predict, and interact with a finesse that was pure science fiction just a few decades ago. Robots are being designed with advanced sensors, AI algorithms that allow them to self-learn and adapt, and even features like the empathetic approach mentioned in projections for 2025's robotic trends. But does this ingenuity in creating an obedient partner inadvertently hold up a mirror to our own desires for uncomplicated control? Is it less about the robot's perfection and more about our own imperfect ability to navigate the beautifully flawed landscape of human give and take? One can't help but wonder if the dream of a robot that never disagrees is less a testament to technological nirvana and more an admission of our own fatigue with, well, other humans. Recent studies offer intriguing glimpses into this dynamic. While not directly about romantic partners, research into how humans rely on robots for tasks like motion assistance shows a preference for the predictability of a robot over an unpredictable human. It seems we like our assistants steady and, dare I say, uncomplaining. Another fascinating, if slightly unsettling, line of inquiry delves into obedience itself. A 2023 study published on ResearchGate, for instance, adapted the famous Milgram experiment, finding high levels of obedience to a humanoid robot experimenter. Does this suggest an innate deference to perceived authority, regardless of whether it's flesh and blood or gears and code? Or perhaps we just don't want to hurt the robot's feelings. After all, some are designed to look quite endearing. The irony, of course, is that if your partner only ever agrees, if they're a perfectly polished echo chamber for your every whim, what does that make them? A companion or a very sophisticated bipedal remote control? The charm of human connection, surely, lies partly in its unpredictability, in the sparks that fly from differing opinions, in the growth that comes from being challenged. Imagine a domestic scene. Darling, you declare, I'm going to paint the living room puce. A human partner might, after a stunned silence, offer a range of responses from gentle dissuasion to outright horror. An obedient robot partner? They just ask, would you like me to order the puce paint now? Or after I've prepared your alphabetically sorted sock drawer? Convenient, yes. Conducive to a vibrant, stimulating partnership? The jury, or perhaps the AI ethics board, is still out. A recent paper from March 2025 on the ethics of AI companionship highlights concerns about over-reliance and the blurring of human and non-human interactions, suggesting that such relationships are acceptable primarily when they prevent harm, a far cry from simply fulfilling every order. Furthermore, if your robotic significant other only ever validates your commands, what becomes of your own capacity for critical thought, for compromise, for empathy? Do we risk creating a feedback loop of our own biases, a world where our every preference is instantly gratified, potentially stunting our emotional and intellectual development? It's like living in an echo chamber with excellent catering. We already see discussions about algorithm aversion, where humans distrust algorithmic advice, but a fascinating 2025 AR14 paper flips this, exploring whether AI agents might systematically discount human advice. Could it be that our future robot partners, in their perfect obedience, might subtly judge our imperfect human commands, even as they execute them? What a wonderfully passive-aggressive future that would be. Of course, the allure of robot partners likely extends beyond mere obedience. For some, it might be the promise of companionship without the perceived emotional baggage of human relationships, or a dedicated caregiver, or simply the thrill of engaging with cutting-edge technology. The desire for a robot that obeys without question might just be one facet of a more complex set of needs and desires. As AI gets more sophisticated, as robots like robotics 4 and E1 are engineered for seamless human-robot collaboration, and engineered arts mecha boasts lifelike facial expressions, the lines will blur further. So, as we stand on the precipice of a world increasingly populated by these technological marvels, these potential partners crafted from silicon and code, what are we truly seeking? Is it the comfort of unwavering agreement, a digital yes person to soothe our weary souls? Or is there a danger that in programming obedience, we inadvertently deprogram the very essence of what makes a relationship, in all its messy glory, so profoundly human. If your robot partner agrees with your every peremptory order, are you truly in a partnership or just a very well-managed solo act? And when the novelty of instant compliance wears off, will we find ourselves yearning for a good old-fashioned human disagreement, just for a change of pace? One can only ponder, and perhaps ask their robot assistant to schedule a reminder to ponder it again later. Without question, of course.
So that is it. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let's continue this conversation in the comments below. If you like the video, please hit the bell icon to get notified, and don't forget to like with your friends, share, and subscribe for more insights. If you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support. It means a lot to me. And please consider signing up for membership zone to support Wooden Slate so that we can make it better and better. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Take care and stay safe.